When you're driving out the bush and you see your old Cobba, you pull over for a chat, and that's about that. He's full of facts and figures about the rainfall. It always seems to be too wet or too dry, with too many bloody flies. It's your Outback Cobba.
G'day boys, girls, wallabats and wallabies. My name's Richard Head. But my mates call me Dick, and welcome to your Outback Cobba, which is me. I'm your Cobba. And on today's episode, we'll be exploring my favourite holiday destination, where I like to unwind and really feel serenity. But it's not just my favourite holiday destination, it's also where old miners used to come and mine and has a great history. Let's go!
I told you to let the clutch out slow.
Fine, you just bloody drive.
For today's adventure, we're going to start down the southeast west of Victoria and then head into a sort of northerly part, but not too northerly, just enough to get to my favourite holiday destination. Maybe a little west. Oh, I don't know, somewhere around here. And off we go, heading up the dirt roads of the bush. It didn't take very long until we stumbled across something very historic.
Now this here mine was estimated to be established in the 1800s with 400 ounces of gold taken from it. Now apparently in this here mine, oh that's convenient, miners used to work so hard that they would die from exhaustion. And it's said that you can still hear them sing their songs from beyond the grave.
I've been working in the mine for a very long time, been chipping away to find some gold. I just want a babe to hold.
What was that? I think I can hear them now. Let's go!
Well, enough of the mine. It was time to hit the road again, and I knew a great place we could stop and just take in the beauty of the Australian bush.
Now this land right here, I'm pretty sure is known as the Dargo State Forest and is accessible to anyone.
I don't always have time, but when I do, I like to stop off here and have a good gander at the view.
The Australian bush is made up of over 1,000 trees, and every third tree is inhabited by a drop bear. It also...
Get off me property, you bloody long-haired git!
Come on, let's go, not again!
After a decent amount of gandering, it was time to jump back in the old pooey and smash out the dirt again. Now along this road, I heard of an Aboriginal man that owns a hut, so we sought out for the hut, and it didn't take very long until we found him.
G'day mate, the name's Richard.
Leon.
Well Leon, just wondering if I could get a quick interview with you.
Yeah.
So how long you been living up here, mate?
Oh, I don't live up here. I just come up here sometimes.
Well, does any of your family live up here? Maybe your elders?
Nah, just me.
It's a nice hut you got up here.
Yeah. I built it myself.
Wow. Have you got any traditions you do up here?
I go through a slab of beer every night when I'm up here.
Wow, very talented. So, what Indigenous stuff do you do? Maybe you could demonstrate something for us on the program.
Listen, mate, you got the wrong person. I'm not Aboriginal.
Well, you could.
Well, that wasn't the guy I was looking for. Nevertheless, it's always great to catch up with me old mate, true blue Aussie bloke. After a few more hours, we finally had reached the spot.
Isn't she beautiful? So amazing. Now let me tell you about a famous Australian bushranger who used to roam these parts, known as Ned Kelly. Now when Ned first became an outlaw, this is where one of his earliest and first crimes took place. And the story goes a little something like this.
One day, just after Ned stole a horse from the local horse shop, he was galloping along through the fields and then stopped to feed his new noble steed. As he was feeding his horse, he noticed an old man sitting down. The old man, quite angry and upset, gets up, waddled over to Ned and said,
Hey mate, you're blocking me view.
Ned, now also angry and upset, in a fit of rage, grabbed the old man's walking stick and threw it as far as he could.
Wow, what an inspiring story. Now I know there's a lot of you city slickers out there, so I'm going to show you an easier and proper way to set up a tent. Let's go. First things first, you want to make sure you've got all the appropriate equipment. Your tent, some poles, your pegs, and a hammer. Now I always like to set up my tent behind a vehicle for extra protection against the elements. Now, find a nice flat spot on the ground with no rocks to lay out your tent. Haha, this looks good. Now you just need to find where your poles go. Then once your poles are in, you just peg it in, baby. Now it's a bit windy out here, so I'm going to make sure my tent's tied down securely.
Now once I've set up my tent, it's tradition for me to go on my wood run. See you soon.
It's that time of the show when you're starting to feel a little hungry and you say to yourself, oh, I really want Dick to show me how to make a cake. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you, except it's not going to be a normal cake, it's going to be a bush cake. Welcome to Dick's Cooking.
It's cooking time, it's cooking time. What's Dick cooking this time?
Forget everything you know about cooking because you've never done a bush cake before. Things you're going to need are flour, chocolate powder, salt and milk. Now just a reminder, this is bush cooking, so it's a little less unorthodox than your normal cooking. Alright, first things first, you just want to add in the flour and the chocolate powder in a bowl and just combine the two. Then you just want to add in a little salt, give that a stir, and now you're ready for the milk. Now I like to use milk that's straight out of the cow's teat. This just makes the cake that more light and fluffy. Once you've done that, just chuck it in the camp oven and then wait about 20 minutes and then check on it in another 20. So all up should equal about 50 minutes of waiting. It's been 20 minutes now and I've just grabbed the camp oven out to check on me bush cake. Oh, she's looking a beaut. It's been 40 minutes now and the moment of truth. Crikey, that's one good looking bush cake. Well, that's how you make a great bush cake. Absolutely magnificent. If you want more recipes like this one, just go to my website on YouTube and search up Liam the Lobster. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go enjoy my bush cake. Well, everyone, that concludes the program. I hope you enjoyed. And join me next time when we travel from Poowong to Tittybong.